Hi and welcome. You're watching a WindWorks subscriber update video by mysterytomastery.com, and the title of today's video is Learn how to develop your aperture corners, articulation and range. Check this out. Many people struggle today to improve on the trumpet, and this is because they misunderstand how the instrument works and don't know what or how to practice effectively. Most methods just offer more and more exercises, and this is where they fall short. They fail to uncover the real problems. Luckily, there's a way to get far better results, and it's much faster than I actually ever thought possible. The amazing WindWorks course helped me to improve much faster than other methods by revealing the flaws in my belief systems and my approach to brass playing. With just a few drills and exercises a day, I felt my mind and body change like never before, and my playing was freer and easier than I could ever imagine. It works by eliminating inefficient playing habits and providing a structured and achievable program suitable for players of all standards. Simply go to mysterytomastery.com. That's mysterytomastery.com and sign up for the WindWorks course now. It takes less than a minute, it's free to sign up now, and it'll change your life forever. Click the link in the description below to get started.
I've got 10 minutes. The spit rise, actually, I wasn't seeing the tongue get involved, and it's actually on the tip of the tongue was what he was after. Who else said spit rise? And someone else, I can't remember, it wasn't Miles. Miles said it as well, but somebody else said, imagine you got a hair stuck on the tip of your tongue. So if you look at the video, poo, lip, coo, KMT, and two, right? Mm-hmm. Poo, which is along the lines of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Lip, K modified, yeah, or coo, K modified, tip of the tongue behind the lower teeth, and regular articulation. 5 articulations. Okay, so I'd get you to consider the lip attack. Now, there are people that articulate like that a lot. I don't encourage it, but I don't stop it if it works. Right? I think it gives a 50 kind of articulation at times. That being said, a friend of mine who was on trial for the London Symphony, principal court trumpet of London Symphony, he asked his teacher years ago, how do you articulate? How do you tongue? And he goes, how do you stop wine from coming out of a wine bottle? You put a cork in it, right? He doesn't tongue like it all the time, but the start of every phrase, he does it. Why? It gets the teeth apart. I would look at you with the teeth and get you to do the milk spout with your finger between your teeth to start and recognize the sensation of the gap between your teeth. I think the jaw's coming up a little bit too high, possibly. Getting the teeth apart, aperture corners in, forward. There you'll feel your aperture corners. Or some people don't get it and go, moo, as you said. The only thing that matters is where we end up at the end. We find the shape and we get there. Interestingly, Bo, this trumpet player I was talking about, he does it more on piccolo playing. You know, I tend to through the lips a lot more on piccolo than what I do on, but he still does it at the start of a phrase to get the teeth apart, to set the aperture up. Then, so everyone's sensation of this is different. Now, I need to reinforce the fact that, is it a horizontal movement inwards? Maybe. I'm not in there. I can't tell. But there is more activation on that rim. And as you said, Greg, we don't want drawstring that way. We don't want the stretch outwards. Now, if you watch closely, when I engage inwards towards my finger, watch this bit. That's the push and pull of the musculature. That's how it sort of operates. But the grip is going inwards, even though you see this activating outwards. There's the drawstring effect there. So all I'm saying is the activation there, that's the contact point with the instrument. Those aperture corners. Oh, where's my sheet of paper? No, here we are. So that's the point. And it's the aperture corners that determine the velocity through the aperture. Bernoulli principle. The aperture is what determines the velocity through the aperture itself, right? So if we're just focused on body engagement, pushing of the air, with disregard for what's happening in the face, or we're just focusing on tongue position with disregard of what's happening in the face, you're going to run into problems. If I get my lead pipe here, if I have no idea about mouth and go, I'm just going to blow faster to go. So notice in this range, because of the extra work from the body, the pitch is changing because it's putting the lips under more and more pressure. It doesn't matter how hard I blow, I cannot break that harmonic. Blow harder to play higher. I can't play any higher. All right, let's do it passively and not blow higher at all. That's a lot easier, and I'm changing pitch quite dramatically, and there's no body engagement. What psychology is better? What's the avenue that I want people going down? So I'm talking about the activation. Even on the ITG presentation, I put that it's not necessarily an inward movement, but it's the sense of an inward movement because it's an engagement right there on the rim. Because of course, what don't we want is what you're talking about. We don't want to pinch the lips. We don't want to clamp the lips down because that's where inefficiency comes from. The tighter this is, Bobby Shoe, the lips are a hindrance to the airflow, right? We're converting energy to sound, and the lips like a bit of seaweed out in the beach. Wave comes in, wave goes out, wave comes in, wave goes out. And seaweed's doing that. There's your top lip, nice and loose. Milk spout, low note, high note. Psychology. Activation here. We don't want the bottom lip to roll over. I used to play like for years. I'm not going down that path. Inwards. Lips and tongue position. I use the very simple analogy. The lips choose the overtone, the pitch, the frequency. Tongue makes it sound nice. Nice little idea. Aperture corners, tongue position. So there's a lot of mechanics involved. Do we need to know about them all? Yes, if there's a problem. If we don't know, we can't get the result that we want. Okay? So but what I love, Greg, is that you've gone, it's helping you to discover something that you couldn't otherwise discover. I can only teach what I know, and always, like as I said last night, I keep trying. Picture, V for victory, milk spout, moo, all trying to get. But what are we looking at in doing that? Body's concert hall. I've got an idea. I'm getting a logo made up for the Singing Sea series. What on earth? No instrument. There's no instrument. So then volume, let's say, I'm going to go shortly, unfortunately. 2 minutes. Low C, soft. Low C, loud. Middle C, soft. Middle C, loud. High C, soft. High C, loud. Double C, soft. Double C, loud. Is that the width of the aperture? I don't know. I'm not in there. Is it a degree of activation? Yes. Is the tongue important? The tongue position? Definitely. So it's a combination of aperture corners, arch tongue, body's concert hall, milk spout, not letting that, we want that lip forward, the lip going forward and up towards that top lip, the oscillator, but not touching. Whether it touches or not, it's the sensation of not touching. I got in touch with a guy named Joe Wolfe. He's the acoustics professor at the University of New South Wales. I said, do the lips have to touch when they're playing? Because if I'm going to say they don't touch, I want to know that it's fact. If they don't know, I don't know. I can't say it for fact, but I want the feeling like they don't touch. He goes, we set up a mechanical model of didgeridoo and trombone, and they got oscillation on a fake aperture with no closure. I've got awesome. It's nice to know that there are studies done based on things that you're kind of hypothesizing. I said, have you got any sort of footage of it? Oh, no, we didn't film it. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's the sensation of. Does it matter if the vocal cords close or not? No. It does if you talk like this. There's a problem. Because if you talk like... I had a guy turn up to my doorstep in Melbourne. His wife had bought him 10 lessons for Christmas, and he turns up and goes, "G'day, my name's Ken. How are you? I'm a plumber. What do you reckon I worked on for the first 3 months?" His concept of sound creation. Everything's this. Right? The singer who was on the West End for 25 years. Everything's active and big singer. Fantastic. Don't do that on the trumpet. So when I put my hand on his hand on my abdominal wall and went, and it's passive. That's not possible. The psychology's wrong. That's what I'm working on. Let's just break down some real fundamental things that are attainable for everyone. It feels different. That can't work. Read the books, do the research, then the brain goes, well, this must work. I understand how the system works. I know the result that I want. I know that I've got the body to be able to do that. Play no notes. High notes, low notes, and no notes. Ken, you'll love this. Ken and I go back a long time. Ken is instrumental. Ken is instrumental in the development of the Singing C series. I'll just say that. Instrumental. We had a lot of fun putting that together over many years.
Indeed.
No notes. Pure process. I challenge you to sit there and practice like that for an hour. Put the horn on. Don't change. Concert hall. Body's concert hall breath. Relax. Drop. Release the bow. Let go of the balloon. Michael, those teeth have to come down. That chin's got to get down, buddy. It's got to come down. There. Dudes, I kind of like the fact that leaving it at an hour. We can continue it on in our support groups. I don't want to overwhelm. I don't want to get people get bored. And I don't want videos going for 3 hours. Sorry to cut you short a little bit there, Greg. But I just had to move on to just highlight to you a couple of things that I was seeing that I would very much like to address when I, hopefully this forum will be set up today. Stand by. If you haven't signed up in 3 days, you're going to get the red flag and the finger point and the charity link. One of 3 or 4. Donate and show everyone. We're all accountable. We're all going to improve. We're all going to practice. We're all going to be dedicated. We're all going to support each other. Have a really healthy, fun trumpet playing environment. Love it. Thank you all for coming. We'll be on the same time next week. I look forward to seeing you all then. Please, another one will be every member of the course has to, on the main forum, the WindWorks forum, in the month, have to put at least one topic. You've got to put a topic there, or guess what? Here comes the red flag. Right? I'm deadly serious. If it means losing subscribers, I'm not gonna put a thing on the forum. Okay, don't. What's the mastery of learning? Input, reflection, integration, sharing. Goodbye.
Thanks, Greg.
Come to you guys.
Thanks, Greg.